Good evening, everybody. It's kind of late evening. I just noticed that it's 10:15 at night, and although I have literally been outside in school studying, following through with my commitments since about 7:30 this morning, and I put myself in front of a lot of content today, and I made responsibility to a lot of tasks and a lot of homework and a huge chunk of commitment. And although I have felt drained and tired throughout my day, the content that I'm putting in is so rich in value that it actually fills me up and allows me strength to carry on. And ultimately at 10:15 at night, I am electric. I am feeling electrified. I'm feeling aliveness and creation and momentum and mastery at levels that I've always known I could rise to, that I've always known were probably out there, but always just outside of arm's reach, just outside of what I'm actually willing to do and what I say that I want, and the gap in between that I refused to bridge before. And when I say that, I don't mean intentionally necessarily, but haphazardly, certainly not living up to my true potential, knowing that deep inside of me, but having my reasons, my justifiers, my excuses as to why not. Why not me? It's too hard. I'm too big. It's too much. I don't have time. I'm too busy. Maybe tomorrow. Sometime later. Maybe someday. And those were the level of commitments that I was living in. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those were the processes and places that I found myself at that time. But now I'm feeling a distinct call to action. A distinct, clear, precise, concise pull in the direction of following through with my level of commitment. I've taken on a whole bunch of stuff. And there were times today when I felt overwhelmed and inundated and, oh my God, one more thing to do. What the heck? Why did I sign up for so many things? Why did I put myself in this position? And when I took the time to actually breathe deeply into my body and understand that some of these are shorter commitments and some of them are a little bit more longer term, but the truth is all of those components and all of those things that I'm choosing to sort of meld together are coming together in a really strong foundation so that I can take my next step in faith and my next step and my next step as they appear from this heightened, calm and peaceful depth. So not only the height, but the depth that I'm being called to, drawn to, which is simply amazing because I've never played so big, yet so internalized, so within, so this sort of place of continuous searching, which is such an amazing place to be. I'm so grateful for that. Today was so filled with deep connections, laughter, which is so important, that piece of releasing the energy that gets pent up in here. And there were so many times today when I found myself in that sort of tense place of, oh my God, I have so much to do, the sort of overwhelm that can happen, instead of just staying with that one thing. Staying there with that one thing, committing to that degree. Like today, turning my phone onto airplane mode when I was doing the Mindvalley stuff. This is a commitment and investment that I've made in myself. I paid money to watch this course, and the content is only available from the time that I agree to be there, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. today, as a matter of fact, and that I had to have an hour set aside, predetermined, that there's no way to uh, re- rewind it. There's no way to go backwards. So the only thing that I had to do was go forwards and give it my full undivided attention. And I know, probably similar to some of you, that we're like Pavlov's dog at this point in time when we hear the ding ding ding, whatever the notification is on our phone, whether it's text, call, Facebook, any other kind of social media. It's like I'm salivating for, who's saying what to who, and it's so ego based. And I love the outlet, and I'm not saying don't utilize it, but I was finding myself drowning in it, and it's not the point. Utilizing it to leverage myself and learn and grow is one thing, but getting consumed by the chaos and the sort of low vibration and the feeling when I'm inundated, just being inundated by that stuff. Those things are a shock to my nervous system. So whatever I can do to participate in other ways that are more constructive, then I'm so thankful for making different choices in a day and taking on as much as I have, because it fills me up to the point where I don't have time to do anything else, or not as much time, certainly. And that it keeps me accountable to making choices to get back on track when I find myself off track, because ultimately there's only 24 hours in a day. And if I commit to all of these things and I say that I'm going to do them, then ultimately I want to follow through with that and be to impress myself. Wouldn't that be amazing, just to impress yourself? When's the last time you did that? Actually took a moment and breathed in your accomplishment, something that you did differently, something that you stretched yourself from. I'm relishing in this newfound love and adoration for myself because I continue to impress myself. And when I show up fully and I participate from that place of fully participating in every single step, there's an aliveness to it. It's visceral. It is a palpable, felt, seen experience. And I'm so grateful for having the opportunity to take a look through this lens, to see from this point of view the things that I come up against, the things that I don't like about myself or have, deemed myself as bad or wrong for, and instead being the watcher of that stuff and just gently taking a back seat, if you will, or a distanced look at how it is that I'm showing up, where my patterns and ineffectives show up, and gently and gracefully allow my curiosity to develop the unlocking of that, and allow all the things that I learn in a day to disseminate so that I can absorb them. And then I'm ready with this voracious appetite that I have right now for downloading, information and continuing on this path that I'm finding myself on. And I tell you, powerful stuff for me to write my vision, to start clarifying what my mission is. And even though this isn't necessarily business related, getting excited about, the things that I'm implementing in my life to change my life, and inviting anybody and everybody out there that wants to also do the same for themselves. I'm excited. My tarot garden came today. I'm going to grow food. And even though I love gardens, I don't love gardening. It's not a passion for me. It may be at some point in time, but right now the truth about me is I want to eat healthier, and I want to be able to grow my own food in a small space because we don't have a yard. And although I have some things in dirt, I bought the tarot garden because it's aeroponic. It is on a timer. I plug it in. It is fairly self-sufficient, and it is going to grow me food. And I'm going to watch that grow with my granddaughter and teach her the importance of cultivating food close to home so that I can eat fresh every day, just what I need. And all of these things that I get to implement in the next little while, holding myself to some pretty high standards, definitely higher than I ever have before, and saying not only saying this stuff out loud, but writing it down and then telling it to you and me, which is an amazing, amazing experience. I'm so grateful. And today, the cards were fitting. Into the woods, a stranger in a strange land, new experiences, feeling uncertain, and transition zone. How perfect is that? Because it's exactly where I feel I'm at. I'm in this transition from what I've always done into what is possible. What can I do? What will I do? And making a small shift every day towards what it is that I say that I want, so that I can solidify this, and so that the path opens up, because intuitively I know my answers. And as I go inside and as I practice more and more every day of being more and more quiet, giving myself the time, setting myself up with pretty high standards so that I can achieve to step into my greatness. My greatness is not something that's out there. It's not something I'm following or chasing or anything else. It's right here. And right now, I'm awakening that. And I invite you to do the same. This idea of fairy lovers, this could mean many things to many people. Definitely nothing has meaning except the meaning that I give it. And I am a meaning giver. And the meaning that I make of this is a new love, a courtship, romance, falling in love. This is me, baby. Oh, how beautiful is that? To get to have a rich, full, amazing, connected, spiritual, loving, kind, considerate, calm, harmonious relationship with myself. It makes me feel good in my body just to say those words. Even though it scares me, even though sometimes I'm like, holy crap, what could I possibly be doing right now? This is intense and it's a lot to take on. But the truth and fact of the matter is, my other choice is to numb out, shove food, and watch a shit ton of Netflix and TV and scroll social media so that I'm in this intense state. And the truth is, that's not healthy for me. And I've been doing that for 20 years. And so far, it's made my heart weak and affected my mental illness, my mental challenges, my mental health, whatever you'd like to call it. And really put me in the position of maybe someday I'll make that important enough. Maybe someday. Well, today is important. Today is day 23 of these videos. I make a commitment to continue on with this commitment because it feels good to me. And just surrendering this to go wherever it needs to go, for whoever needs to see it, for whoever needs to take a snippet of inspiration from something that I may be doing or something that I may be saying, and then implementing that themselves and inspiring others to do the same. That's how we grow this exponentially. And it is freaking amazing. I'm so excited about that. And third, I got the Riddle Fisher, which is divination, seeking out and finding answers. I am delving in to this silky smooth kind of fabric, if you will, of my life. Getting really clear on what's important to me and getting the support that I need to move towards it. And today I impressed myself. And I, at 10:15 at night, still have about an hour of homework to do. And then I'm in a meeting tomorrow morning at 6:30. So I have lots of reasons why not, why I can't do it, that I'm tired, that it's too much work. And the truth is, I'm going to continue to play at this level, where I'm bumping up against my comfort zone and I'm creating change. And what is the ceiling of my comfort zone eventually becomes life's dance floor. And I hope you're dancing. So much love. Take care.